Finesse2tymes pulling up to Gravedigger Mountain to dead the beef with YB. That's the story that's got the whole internet on fire right now, trending everywhere, comments going crazy, everybody picking sides like it's the finals. And y'all really need to hear the real, raw, uncut breakdown, because this ain't no soft fairy tale link-up everybody's posting and hyping like some movie ending. Nah, this is straight up one of the wildest, most intense, most personal standoffs we've seen in modern rap history. Two of the most feared, most dangerous, most respected names in the game. And it all came down to a lonely mountain in the middle of Utah that one man turned into his unbreakable fortress, while another man supposedly walked straight up to it with his hands open but heart locked. Let me paint the full scene for you real quick and make it clear. You got NBA youngboy Kentrell Deshaun Gaulden, locked down on strict house arrest, sitting on a huge piece of land he personally named Gravedigger Mountain. Think about that name deep for a second, bro. The man is under federal watch, ankle monitor strapped tight on his leg, can't even leave his own property without permission. And this dude chooses to name his whole crib after a graveyard? That tells you everything about the dark, cold, deadly, no-fear energy this man carries with him every single day. Then you got Finesse2tymes, the real Ricky Hampton, straight out of Memphis, Tennessee, a city that don't play about nothing. A city known for its raw streets and real ones. A man who did actual hard federal time, came home, and turned into one of the loudest, most aggressive, most unapologetic voices in the entire South. Two killers when they step in the booth. Two reputations built on pure concrete. We don't bend, we don't fold, we don't run. And these two men went headfirst into straight war. Now here's the part that had the whole game losing their minds for real. This beef didn't start over music. It didn't start over a diss track or chart positions. It started over women. It started in the DMs. It started with some of the coldest, most personal, most disrespectful shots a man can throw. So nasty and so deep that people genuinely thought somebody was about to get smoked behind it for real this time. And then out of nowhere, the temperature dropped fast. The shots stopped flying, and the streets started whispering heavy that Finesse made a move nobody in the game saw coming. He didn't run, he didn't hide, he didn't send messages through other people. He aimed straight at the mountain itself like a real one. So let me break this all the way down for y'all slow and detailed. Where it started from the beginning, how it escalated into pure chaos, what was real smoke, what was calculated, what was set up, and what this whole wild saga tells us about where rap culture is heading going into 2026. By the time I'm done with this breakdown, you're gonna see clear that this wasn't just two rappers arguing on Instagram Live for clout. This was a high-stakes chess match played in the trenches. And somebody played the long game colder, smarter, and more calculated than anybody realized at first. Let's get deep into it. To understand how we even got to that mountain moment, we gotta go all the way back and understand the two savage, battle-tested men standing on opposite sides of it. Because if you don't know who these two really are, you're gonna miss why the whole world held its breath. Start with YB, NBA youngboy. Born Kentrell Deshaun Gaulden, out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. This man is not your average regular artist by any means. For years, he was the most streamed rapper on YouTube in the entire United States, holding that #1 spot 5 years straight at one point. We're talking about a man who built a massive empire while the entire legal system had its knee pressed hard on his neck the whole time. Indictments, arrests, gun charges, federal cases, everything thrown at him. By the early 2020s, he wasn't even living in Louisiana anymore. His case got moved and he ended up deep in Utah of all places. First in Mill Creek, then he bought acres and acres of land out in Huntsville and gave that joint the name Gravedigger Mountain. And here's the detail a lot of people sleep on heavy. While he was out there stuck on house arrest with that ankle monitor locked on, he still got married to his partner Jasmine, right there in January 2023, tying the knot inside the property he couldn't leave. So this man's entire world, family life, music career, money moves, marriage, everything, was all happening inside the walls of one single mountain. That spot wasn't just a house. It was his kingdom, his personal cell, his castle, and his whole universe all at the same damn time. Keep that picture locked in your head because it matters later. Now flip the script completely to the other side. Finesse2tymes, Ricky Hampton, born 1992 in Memphis, Tennessee. And let me stress this hard. Memphis is its own different type of animal, a city that breeds a certain mentality. Finesse came up in that Memphis underground scene, running with the greats alongside names like Moneybag Yo and Black Youngster way back. But what completely separates Finesse from all these soft internet rappers? This man did real federal time, went away, came home, and didn't come back quiet or humble. He dropped back in, smacked the Billboard Hot 100 charts, linked up with Moneybag's Bread Gang under Atlantic Records, and turned his comeback story into a full South movement that everybody rallied behind. So now picture the chessboard clearly. On one side, a man who turned his prison experience into a mountain fortress and a 5-year streaming domination reign. On the other side, a man who turned a serious federal bid into one of the strongest comeback stories the South has seen in years. Two men who built their entire brand on the exact same code. We don't fold, we don't bend, and we damn sure don't run from nothing. Two immovable objects ready to clash. And in April 2024, those two hard-headed objects collided hard like a car crash. When two men with this kind of reputation and this kind of background have a problem, it's never small. It's never just light words. It's heavy. It starts on Instagram. Young boy, sitting high up on that mountain, decides to take shots, but not regular rap shots. He goes for the lowest, most personal, most painful angle a man can possibly go for. He posts a picture of Finesse's child's mother, FNG Sugar, dressed up in lingerie like a trophy, and captions it, "Ice cold. I got that bag far." He turned around and did the exact same dirty thing to real Boston Richie's girl too. And this time he dropped that mountain emoji with a big question mark. To regular people, it looks like nothing. But to the streets, that mountain emoji was a direct, loud invite. He was basically saying, "Come see me up on Gravedigger Mountain if you got a real problem with me." That's the kind of move that gets people killed in these streets. That ain't regular music industry beef. That's a man reaching deep into another man's family business and putting his hands on the most sacred thing he's got. Finesse didn't sit back and take it. He fired back almost instantly with that raw, unfiltered Memphis energy. Don't get it twisted. I'm from Memphis. We ain't tender at all. But then he flips the whole situation into something even crazier and more creative. He turns the disrespect into a straight hustle move. You want to FaceTime her? Cool. That'll be $250,000, $250,000. Then he pulls it back quick, shows respect, and explains her loyalty is worth way more than any money. He even revealed that the feds had been all through her paperwork, pressing her hard, trying to make her fold and flip on him, but she stayed completely solid like a rider. Now watch how the whole energy shifts after that. Finesse stops trying to match shot for shot and goes straight for the mind games. He comes out and says young boy is mentally throwed off, that he wasn't even gonna keep going at him like that because he dealt with his own mental struggles and understood it. Then he hits him with the line that cut the deepest. This man's been in the house for 2 years. He's basically sitting in a luxury cell. He took young boy's biggest flex, the mountain, the mansion, the land, and flipped it into a prison joke. Young boy exploded right back with that signature venom only he can deliver. The internet went completely nuclear for days. But while the fans were busy picking sides and waiting for it to turn deadly, Finesse said one line that should have told everybody where this was really heading. Real gangsters don't go to war about women. That wasn't the sound of a man getting ready for all-out war. That was the sound of a man who already knew exactly how this story was gonna end. And that brings us to the biggest moment everybody is still talking about. The legend of Finesse2tymes pulling up to Gravedigger Mountain to end the beef face-to-face like a real boss. There was never an official camera crew filming him climbing that mountain like a Hollywood movie. No leaked police footage, but the streets ran with that narrative heavy, and it makes perfect sense when you think about the chessboard. Young boy literally couldn't leave the mountain because of the ankle monitor and feds watching. So if the beef was gonna get squashed in person, somebody had to have the heart to walk into the lion's den. The man with nothing left to prove. The Memphis nigga who already told the world he ain't tender. The one who said real gangsters don't go to war about women. That's the man who'd walk up there and shut it all down eye to eye. And just like that, the shots suddenly stopped. The energy completely flipped. Posts started popping up saying the two had linked, the smoke was cleared, and the war was over. The whole thing cooled down almost as fast as it exploded. Then the even wilder theory started spreading like fire. What if the entire beef was a setup from the beginning? What if YB and Finesse never really hated each other and just finessed the whole internet for maximum promotion? The timing was too clean. It blew up fast and died fast. Even in the middle of the war, Finesse kept slipping in respect. Both of them are marketing geniuses who know that in 2024 to 2025, attention is the real currency. Nothing gets more eyes than two dangerous men looking like they're about to kill each other. Whether it started as real tension and got turned into money smartly, or was promo from day one, or a mix of both, one thing is crystal clear. Both men had everything to lose. Young boy on house arrest facing federal gun charges. Finesse fresh out the feds rebuilding. Real war would have been stupid. They chose to get to the bag instead. But the story still doesn't end there. Right in the middle of all this drama in April 2024, young boy gets booked into Cache County Jail on a massive prescription fraud ring case with dozens of charges, from luxury mountain cell to real county cell. Then he takes pleas, does his time, and in May 2025 gets hit with a full presidential pardon from Donald Trump. The Mountain King walked out not just free, but officially pardoned at the highest level. Finesse kept grinding heavy, dropping music, staying on his Memphis shit. But later in 2025, the whispers started again and the smoke began rising. Whatever happened on that mountain didn't stay dead forever. So let me zoom all the way out. This entire story is a mirror showing exactly where the culture is in 2026. Beef has turned into a business model. While older generations lost real lives behind real beef, these two took the hottest, most personal war possible and walked it back before anybody got hurt. I'd rather see two killers in the booth turn war into a business deal than turn it into a funeral. I'd rather see Finesse charge $250K as a joke than see real bullets fly. I'd rather see a man walk to the mountain to end something than to start something. But there's a real cost too. When beef becomes content, it trains the new generation to think disrespecting family and mental health is just engagement. Not everybody is smart enough to walk it back like they did. So when Finesse went to Gravedigger Mountain, whether literally in spirit or as the final scene of a master plan, what was he really doing? Was he the bigger man ending the war? Was he a cold businessman closing the deal? Or was he the best chess player who helped finesse the whole world watching?